I did have one friend of mine who's in the other party say, see what you get for transparency? They try to make you look like a crook, whereas if you don't tell them anything, which is what I wouldn't do, they forget about you and go on to the next target.
Well, that was former President Bill Clinton defending his foundation's fundraising. Does Bill Clinton's response put this issue to rest? Joining us to debate this morning, CNN political analyst and editor-in-chief of the Daily Beast, John Avlon, and CNN political commentator and host of the Ben Ferguson Show, Ben Ferguson. Gentlemen, thanks so much. Good morning. Great to see you. So, John, I mean, Bill Clinton is treating this all as a tempest in a teapot. Nothing to see here. This is all going to go away. Is this the right tact for him?
I mean, look, the guy's a master politician, and that's a very good form of deflection. Sounds real folksy. But look, you know, you want to find the truth in politics, you follow the money. There are a lot of allegations here. There's a lot of smoke, and so people will be really digging into it. And as the campaign progresses and money becomes more of a factor, there's going to be a lot more things to follow. So it's a perception issue at the very least.
Right, but nobody's going to get the high ground, Ben, when it comes to raising money in politics. And as Clinton Cash has had its kind of lifespan out there in this early evolution of it, it seemed to have moved to the point of, well, it's not about illegal, it's just about how they handle situations. How big a hammer do you think you can use on this issue?
I think it's going to be big, especially for the Clintons if you just look at their own words. I mean, they're the ones that have attacked super PACs. They're the ones that have attacked big money. They're the ones that have attacked, you know, and also said we need transparency in government. And they've been the complete opposite of that, whether it be the lack of emails, having the server wiped, or saying we vetted our own emails, and now you have this money issue coming in, and then they play the victim card. I mean, this is not 1992, and I think it's a weird strategy for the Clintons to act like, oh, we're just some people from Hope, Arkansas, just trying to make a difference in America. You are big-time elite players in the political realm. You cannot act as if somehow you're a victim when people are asking legitimate questions. And I think it only does is make people dig deeper when they act like they're so innocent. Bill Clinton's not naive. He knows exactly what he was doing when he took the cash. He knows where it came from. He knows why people are asking the questions. And he's like, well, I'm just trying to make a living and make a difference and take money from rich people and give to the poor. I don't think people are going to buy it.
John?
Yeah, look, I mean, hypocrisy is the unforgivable sin in politics. So when the Clintons try to take the high road, and Hillary already opens her campaign talking about potentially repealing Citizens United, that sets a really high bar. The problem is the conservatives are in a position where they say, see, we never promised to be ethical or open and transparent about this kind of stuff. So that, you know, until they actually start presenting a real credible contrast, taking on crony capitalism, proposing campaign finance reform, all they're going to be doing is pointing the finger and not actually proposing any solutions. What we have is a system that's sick, that's driven by consultants who profit off millions of dollars in cash, where the letter of the law and the spirit of the law are in total conflict. It's a ridiculous system, and that candidates end up pandering to.
Meanwhile, Bill Clinton did admit in this sit-down with Christian that they did file, the foundation did file some of their tax documents incorrectly. So listen to what he said about that.
That was just an accident. People refile their taxes all the time. We reported all the donations from all the governments and the private sources. And last year, for some reason nobody really understands, they were put together. The year before, they were filed properly, which shows you there was no deliberate intent. I mean, if there was some, and there'd be no benefit to the foundation from doing that.
Well, remember, the government, the IRS, worries about how much, okay? The political side, and people like you, Ben, you're questioning from whom. So it's not that they have an IRS issue. It's going to be about the optics of the transparency, right?
Yeah, and you don't make mistakes this big. I mean, this is not some mom and pop foundation, which he's trying to say, well, we did it right last time and we messed up this time, but it's not, we weren't hiding anything. The biggest threat to Hillary Clinton's campaign is people not trusting her and not feeling like she's been honest and open and transparent on these issues. And when you say, oh, well, it was an accident, we didn't mean to, and people make mistakes and we're fixing it, I don't think people buy it when it looks like you're trying to limit the amount of knowledge
said, you got to find something that sticks.
People have.
You can't just keep asking the questions and not like any of the answers. At some point, you got to have some proof of something. Right?
That's right. And also, look, if you've worked in politics, you know never underestimate the power of human error.
Bill Clinton can attest to that. I agree.
Exactly. But look, the problem really is, with the foreign donors that aren't declared. I mean, the problem, as Peter Schweitzer said, is a pattern, and the Clintons are going to have to address it. And you're not simply simply going to be able to deflect the attention. And as super PACs become more a part in this cycle, because frankly of regulatory negligence, because there are no specifics in place that really just blow a hole in the BS of the Citizens United decision that said there'd be more transparency and accountability than ever before, that pressure is going to get hotter. But it's a problem on both sides right now. Everybody's stuck in the mud.
And people have quit on money in politics. Let's be honest. I mean, you're not going to win an election by criticizing someone for what money they take. It's all about money now. The PACs are just the latest iteration of it. And the problem is, it's the legal money, not the illegal money,
and Chris,
that's killing it.
Yeah, quickly, Ben.
But here's the thing. If you're Hillary Clinton, don't come out and act like you're going to be above it when you're purposely delaying certain things with your campaign to help raise money for the super PACs, which you're saying are destroying America, and expect people to forget that. I mean,
But
you've got
nobody
to
wants to
either just play by
unilaterally
the
disarm.
rules.
Nobody wants to unilaterally
Right.
disarm. They're all playing the same game. They all say it's a bad game, but nobody changes the rules of the game, so they all have to play the game. I mean, that's the BS that, cycle that we get on both sides.
And luckily, we'll get to talk about it for the next year. John, Ben, thanks so much.